Good on the Inside, an Antisepticeye X-rated fanfiction by Dragon Ghost 3, Chapter 16, Angels, Auntie's Perspective. I woke up with a jolt and found myself tied to a chair again. Dark was tied behind me. "Rise and shine," said a voice behind me. "Wilford?" "That's me." He giggled and skipped over to me. Dark was still asleep. Wilford slapped him. "Huh?" His eyes snapped open. Then he growled at him to see who hit him. "Don't be like that. I'm your friend," Wilford said cheerfully. "Yeah, and you want a bullet in my head," I said while rolling my eyes. "You know, I was just gonna bring that up," he said with a wide grin. "Why isn't she dead yet?" "Because my dark side took her, and also, if you haven't noticed, I still love her." I giggled and turned to a stern look. "Well, I guess I will kill her myself." Wilford started to strut to the front door. "You won't be able to do that. There's a force field," I shouted, but Wilford already went out the door. "Hurry, let's get out of here," I whispered. Dark ripped through the ropes and helped to untie me. I heard mumbling and footsteps coming through the door. "Hide!" I shouted. Dark made me hide behind a barrel. I peeked from behind. Wilford burst through the door, dragging something. "How is he back here so quickly?" I muttered. "I know you're here, Auntie. I have Luna to join the show." Wilford sneered and draped Luna over the chair. My eyes widened at her appearance. She had scratch marks on her face and nail marks in her knuckles. Dried blood drained from her jawline. It looked like she was trying to remove the pentagram on her wrist. The blood was still fresh. Her inner wrist was clawed and beat up, but the A on her shoulder was faded. Her eyes were still open, but she wasn't moving. I couldn't take this anymore. She had been through so much. She doesn't deserve this. I jumped out from my hiding spot and ran towards Luna. "What have you done to her?" I whispered in horror. I cried and glared at Wilford. "I didn't do it. I found her in a metal cage and blood was leaking out of it." He put his hands up and backed away. I pulled out a knife and growled. I wanted to cut his body up into a million pieces. "Auntie?" I heard a small squeak behind me. I rolled around, still having the knife in my grasp. Luna's eyes still looked up at the ceiling, but slowly came to me. "Why are you doing this? Why are you always controlling him? Dark Auntie," she whispered. "I'm not controlling Dark Auntie. He's too powerful." I dropped the knife and crouched down to see her. "Why did you do this to yourself?" My voice trembled. I put my hand on her cheek. I heard a crash. Dark was sitting on Wilford, who had the knife in his hand. "Dark gestures for us to get out of here. It was the only way to get rid of Dark Auntie's control," she stuttered, as I carried her out of the warehouse. "Your perspective. Pain. 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 That's all I can remember." I nestled my head on Auntie's chest. When we were clear of the factory and the warehouse, I heard Auntie mumble something. A ray of light parted the night sky clouds. I squinted and hid my face to how bright it was. The light went dim. I looked up to see a familiar face, but it was different. He had pure white hair and had glowing white eyes. His white wings were spread wide. He had the most heartwarming smile, but then faded to sadness when he laid eyes on me. I looked back up at Auntie. His eyes were red and puffy from crying, but then looked down at me. You need someone who can protect you," he whispered. I shook my head and put my hand on Auntie's cheek. "Ever since I found you, I took away your happiness. Your life has been a living hell. You deserve better. You could be better off without me." Auntie kissed me on the forehead and handed me to the angel. "Lightaplier will take care of you." He looked at Lightaplier and nodded. "It wasn't your fault, Auntie." My voice was raspy and dry. "Luna, don't speak. You need rest." Lightaplier whispered and put his hand on my head. "I'm sorry," Auntie said as he started to tear up again. "Goodbye, Auntie." My voice faded to a whisper, and my vision went darker. That would have been the last time I would see him again.